Pelissero said Steelers plan to give Russell Wilson first-team reps. Wilson's calf fully healed, and now he gets his shot, puts him in line to make his season debut and start Sunday night. Now, Tomlin did not say that, but it's very clear that we'll let Russell's participation be his guide, and we're preparing as if Justin's the starter. And I just met with Russ and the doctors 2 minutes ago before this news conference has turned into he is in consideration this week. He's also still listed first on the depth chart. Before we turn this thing over to Brian, oh, limitless wonder, let's hear Tomlin's first address of this matter. And it's important to note that before he even got to the quarterbacks, he mentioned Jeremiah Moon, Loudermilk, McCollum, Killebrew, and others. But he did finally get to what everybody wanted to hear.
Quarterback position, like I said last week, we were scheduled for Russ to work in totality. He did that. Over the course of the week, I got comfortable with his ability to display his health. Now it's about, knocking the rust off. He did some of that last week. He is in consideration this week. We'll see where that leads us, man. Both guys at the quarterback position are scheduled to work tomorrow, and we'll just walk it day by day, all geared toward putting ourselves in best position to win the football game.
Brian, your interpretation, and if it is indeed Russell Wilson, how do you feel about that? Is it the move you would have made?
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly a different, how would Tomlin say it, posture than he's been in on the quarterbacks and Russ specifically than it was the first 5 weeks. I'm a little surprised, to be honest, Joe. I thought he would ride the hot hand, as he tends to say, with Justin Fields.
Is the hand actually hot, though? The legs are. I don't know about the hand.
The hand was not hot Sunday in Vegas. Watching it from the press box, there were some really head-scratching, throws, of course. That one series in the first half looked like he turned into Rick Ankiel with the yips all of a sudden, and then he sort of got it figured out in the second half there a little bit, but also seemed like he missed some opportunities for guys who were open. So maybe that was weighing on Tomlin in the 48 hours since more than a lot of us projected. And that's sort of what our pal Will Graves was asking him at the end there. You've said before that at the end of the day, all that matters is winning. Well, if you go away from a guy who just beat a team 32-13 while under center, then you are prioritizing something other than the final score and the result in the win-loss column.
Here's what I would say to that is that Tomlin made a shift in philosophy with that particular topic last year, perhaps forced by Art Rooney II. We still don't know for sure, but for the first time when they fired Matt Canada, they were 6-4, like they usually are. They're permanently 6-4, it seems. He said, I want to engineer victory more fluidly. It was the first time in his whole tenure he said that just winning wasn't good enough.
Yeah, desire to score more points.
Yeah, he wanted to engineer victory more fluidly.
Win more decisively.
I would say that applies here.
Yeah. And
now I know they won decisively against the Raiders, but if you break down the film.
Yeah, the short fields, all of that.
To me, that was not a decisive win. Chris Hoke said it on KDK the other day. 3 touchdowns.
It was decisive. It was not decisive by the offense's hand is probably the best way.
Well, the Raiders also had a touchdown called back on a highly questionable call. Three
True.
touchdowns were very much affected. But anyway, you slice it. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I still, though, I am surprised. I feel like we didn't see so much from Russell Wilson in training camp practices and preseason. I was there for the vast majority of those in Latrobe, and then the 2 preseason games that he played, and it was such a small sample of snaps for him. It just never felt like he had done so much that this would be an obvious pivot for Mike Tomlin at this stage of the season, unless Justin Fields was really struggling and they were losing games because of him. So, yeah, color me a bit surprised if they do move to Russell Wilson on Sunday, and I will start to wonder, hey, with 2 games left before.
Well, wait, you'll still be surprised? Because I'll be shocked if he plays Fields now.
No. I mean, I'm surprised that he would make the move.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't doubt the report there from NFL Network or anything like that. Granted, it is couched a lot. Russell Wilson's going to get first-team reps, not necessarily all of them. He's in line to start.
Yeah.
In line can change, as it did week 1 with him. Granted, he went down with an injury, but so this is also making me wonder here. 2-game stretch before the off week. Do you see what he's got for those 2 games, and then you've got, 6 from one guy, 2 from another who has a much longer NFL resume, and then you use that bye to kind of decide, all right, what mode are we in the rest of this season?